Hello everyone, it's Jeff again. I am in Fergus Falls, Minnesota on my way to Minot, North Dakota. And today I would like to talk a little bit about someone who is attempting to use YouTube to do something good. Instead of cheap sensationalism or the promoting of weird politics, they are just simply trying to help in a small way. I would like to tell you about Batzilla.
We've just got him out of the netting. Now, he was caught in this horrible, what I call slice and dice netting. It's like a fishing line type netting. It's absolutely vile. So clearly that is not the way to net your tree. But what happened? Yes, you're very upset. What happened to the lovely homeowner, Lauren?
So the homeowner had this netting when he first moved in, and he wasn't aware of the dangers it posed to bats.
Yeah.
Luckily, he called us straight away. He was very distressed as well, and it was very upsetting to get there and see the little bat in such a state.
Especially on your first rescue, isn't
Yes,
it? And nobody
yes.
wants to see that, and we sure don't want to see that anymore. But like most people, he just didn't know. So the thing is, we've got to get the word out there about this netting. So, if you've got a parent or an uncle or an auntie or somebody who nets their trees, just check on their netting, and just if they use anything that's you can poke a finger through, have a word to them and just tell them how dangerous it is to our wildlife. I think he's calmed down a bit now, Lauren.
Yes, he looks a lot happier than before.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Got a mouthful of nani. Do you have a name for him?
Oh,
You get naming rights. He's your first.
Oh.
He's your first rescue, so you get naming rights.
Maybe I'll call him Mr. Bananas.
Mr. Bananas. Oh, honey, we're not laughing at you, no. So he'll come into care because he was very tightly trussed up in that netting, including it was over his face, so I have to keep a very close watch on his eyes and look for any sort of issues. But he's a lot calmer than he was now that he's out of the netting, and he's got a mouthful of bananas. Hey, Mr. Bananas. Yes. So all round we've had a fairly successful day. And no more bats will get caught in that netting, which is the important thing. Well done, Laura, on your first netting rescue and your first rescue ever.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, we'll let Mr. Bananas enjoy his bananas.
I have been watching her channel for years, and I have seen lots and lots and lots of her rescues, and I can tell you that it is cuteness overload. One thing about her channel, though, that you need to know up front before you go in watching thinking that all of the rescues are successful, they aren't. And it is very, very sad when some of the rescues are not successful. I have contributed a couple times over the years, especially at Christmas time. And once she called for contributions for some equipment. I think it was an x-ray machine for the clinic where they take the bats to be checked. And I will contribute again. I think that what she is doing is worthy of any help that I can give. And I'll show you one more of her rescues.
She was found on the ground. Everything's working and she's nice and bright and alert. She was dehydrated and we had to put her in the humidity crib. In fact, she's still in the humidity crib today. I'm just going to see, you want some of that, honey? You she'll have some of that. Oh, that's an improvement from yesterday. That's what we like to see. Yeah, we got her appetite back. She's very, very thin, very underweight. And she's only about 12 weeks old, which is very odd for this time of the year for a grey-headed flying fox. Their birthing season is usually far more predictable than this, and they're normally, the majority of them, born between October and December. So, in you go, try that. That's really yummy. Actually, she looks $1 million to what she looked yesterday, so just warmth and fluid and bed rest. So the nights are finally starting to get a little cooler in her neck of the woods, so because of that we're going to leave her in the humidity crib for a couple of days and a couple of nights, just let her get back on her feet. She's very tired, she sleeps a lot, so do you want some more, honey? He's a good girl. He's a good girl. She was covered in parasitic bat flies, which I managed to get about, oh geez, I have to be about 18 to 20 big fat bat flies off her. So she's at least relieved of that burden, thank heavens.
If you have the ability to help, I'm sure it would be appreciated. And I will put a link to her website right up here. Thank you, everybody. I will leave you now with just one more piece of cuteness. Bye, everyone. Remember, be good to each other, do good deeds, think good thoughts, and I will see you on the next adventure.
Last night by Louise, and he's very, very hungry. He's very underweight as well. Sorry about the banana, it's a bit cold, it was in the fridge. So he was found very close to a very busy road, so we're probably surmising that he's had a bump, been bumped by a car. But he's got no obvious injuries, apart from the fact he's terribly thin. So we're just trying to sort of reconcile why he's so thin when everything looks okay. So he does have a bit of damage on his thumb, old injuries on his thumb and also on his wing membrane, but certainly nothing that would ground him. Anyway, he'll come into care and spend his day eating bananas, won't you, until we get you up and running. Very sweet boy, lovely natured boy. You're enjoying that banana. Lots of bananas where that one came from. Oh, I'm not going to take it away. Here it is. There you go. Anyway, we'll put him back to bed with a nice bowl of fresh fruit and get some juice into him, and hopefully he'll be up and hanging in a few days, my darling. I think he will be. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to take your Nani away. There it is. I'll just leave it there for you. Good man.